Thomas Lyons, Raps on TV. We're here, Park Plaza Hotel, for the official press conference for Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor. Fortunate to be joined by now acclaimed promoter, David Haye. Firstly, David, how are you been?
Fantastic, good, excited. Great show. As you said, you got Chisora going up against Parker. Both big hitters, both real genuine heavyweights, and both guys who let their hands go. Parker, former heavyweight champion, a man who's been there, fought them all. He's the only guy to hold a victory over Andy Ruiz Jr. So that's going to add a little extra, little bit of spice into this fight. But for me, it's a fight Derek Chisora is going to win, and win spectacularly. I think to get the best out of Derek Chisora, you need someone to literally summon it out of him, and you need to ask him questions. You need to push him into the deep end, because when it goes deep, that's where Derek does his best work.
Yeah, with that new philosophy and impetus that he's got now in camp, the nutrition, the structure, the discipline, how kind of impressed are you with his trajectory?
Yeah, it's been nice. I think the first real sign was his first fight against, his second, his rematch with Dylan White. I think he showed a lot of things there. Against Gashi, not so much. I think he didn't really feel the pressure. He felt the pressure last time out, against his Polish opponent, and he turned it on. He really did. He knew he was up against a southpaw. He went 9 rounds. Szpilka had been 9 rounds with Deontay Wilder, and he knew the southpaw style historically has given him issues. Even the fight prior to that, he wasn't able to get grips of him. So he did what he needed to do, made the adjustments, and came back stronger. But as I said, he knows the pressure's on now. He's the underdog in this fight.
Yeah.
People are going with the younger, the fresher fighter. And I think that just brings the best out of him.
Yeah. Did you feel that Chisora needs to be a bit more explosive in this fight? I mean,
for sure. You can't be plodding. This has got to be all-out war from round one. He's not going to be able to feed his way into it. He's going to need to go out there and just turn it into a war, and that's why he wears the war hat. That's why his nickname's War, because it's time to go to war, particularly in this fight.
And this event particularly, obviously, is kind of probably setting the benchmark now for the rest of the year. We've got a massive fight in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This one's got a lot of international spotlight with, you've got Chisora-Parker's team, New Zealand, you've got Regis Prograis all the way from New Orleans. So a lot to be kind of captivated from the UK boxing fans. Do you feel Derek's kind of motivation for the fight is to impress and be the performance?
Derek ain't the guy. Derek doesn't care about anything other than going to war. It's just a bonus that it's at the O2 Arena. It's a bonus that he'd have a lot of his home fans there. But he'd fight just as hard if it was in Timbuktu. Derek's the type of guy. Once the bell rings, he goes to war. And he knows he's had a good history here. The big win against Carlos Takam was here. And his last fight out against Artur Szpilka was a barnstormer. So he's confident. Whereas Parker, unfortunately for him, hasn't had the most success in the O2 Arena. So if there's ever a mental wedge going into this fight, I'd say it's with Derek. And
there's a lot of bargaining power with the World Boxing Super Series now. Solidified that position in the UK. The final, we've got 2 massive, fighters in Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor, both world champions in their own right, and also now putting all the marbles at stake. Undisputed super lightweight championship fight.
I think that needs to happen in more of the divisions. It happened in the cruiserweight, super middleweight. The fact it's happening here now is a beautiful thing for the sport. And I fancy Taylor. I really do. I've seen him, behind closed doors. I was also trained by his coach Shane McGuigan for a couple of years, so I know what he holds in store. I've seen him inspire, and I've seen him, show me more than what I've even seen in fights. Behind closed doors, he's the real deal. And this is the fight where I think this is his coming out fight. This is the fight where everyone finally realises this guy's the best fighter on the planet. And no better time to do it than all the belts and on such a big, high-profile event at the O2 Arena. Sky box office, his ticking all boxes, and I just hope he just fulfills his potential on Saturday night.
Being on the other side of the ropes now, taking that strategy on board from your career now, implementing that onto your fighters. Your stable's kind of gone through the roof, really. The marketing, the exposure. Big fight this weekend, Kody Davies against Zach Chelli. That's a big fight for the division. Obviously, Zach Chelli, have beat Umar Sadiq, Kody Davies, and pedigree, outstanding amateur.
Both fighters are very good fighters. It's nice to see young fighters taking that step up. A lot of fighters get highly protected for too long, and I really feel that sometimes if you're good enough, you're good enough. Particularly if you've had a long amateur pedigree, You know, I've worked with Kody in the past. Fantastic fighter. He's another one of the guys who you'd tip, yeah, this guy, give it a couple of years, he's ready to jump in for a world title. Physically, just look at him.
Yeah.
He's an absolute specimen, and you know he's got everything. He's got all the ingredients needed to go the whole way. And I think this fight is going to really, truly bring out the best in him.
Is the ambition for him to get?
I assume so. I know he wants world titles. That's just, he's only in boxing for that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't work with him anymore, but for me, he's a guy. The far to say this guy has all the ingredients needed to cook a world champion. He's definitely gone.
David, appreciate the time, top man. Appreciate that. Thank you.